Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, The Simple Happy Life. I'm Sabrina, and right now I am sitting quietly in my husband's office because it's one of the only quiet places in our house right now, and just reflecting on September. We are now in October, and as I'm filming this, we are taking a break from our unit studies and focusing on some household work and just some lighter school days. So I have been sitting and thinking, like I said, on what really worked for us in September that I want to carry with us into October. As far as, a couple of different things, but what I want to talk to you about today is having smoother homeschool days. So what things have been working for us that I want to continue to do so that we continue this flow or to kind of get into a rhythm because we are still pretty offbeat. So, it's not a bad thing, but it is really nice when you kind of get into a flow of things, and that's ever changing, I know. But these are some things that I'm going to share with you that have been helpful for us. This video is going to be added to the playlist, the Homeschool Show and Tell, I love that name, playlist hosted by Abby at Rooted in Rest and Jessica at the Wall Dog Way. So I will make sure to link that playlist below. But let's jump into this. So the first thing that's really been working for me is to have an overview plan for my week. Now, I like to use Homeschool Planet for this because I can plan pretty far in advance. Just an overview of what I would like us to be doing, like kind of what weeks and what weeks we're going to take off and all of that. But it's not so rigid that I can't move things around. And I definitely don't like having to erase all of my plans. For me, I love a paper planner. I'm sitting here with my planner right now. I love my planner. But for homeschool, I have found that having the paper planner be like my main thing for our planning, it can be frustrating to have to erase my plan. So for me, I know that's a bit more discouraging than just clicking a button to move something forward or take something off. So having an overview, knowing what's next, my kids can log in. They can see what's next. My husband can log in and he can know what we have going on and can be able to ask questions about what's a possessive noun or, give them a division problem or something. So I really like I said, having that overview because I feel like it sets me and my family up to win and knowing what to expect from our homeschool day. The second tip is still not on the actual day of, but the night before. And this has a few different parts to it. So what has been really helpful, for me, I like the house to be a certain way. It doesn't necessarily have to be clean, but to be tidy puts me more at ease. And maybe that shouldn't even matter, but that is me. I know that I feel like I can focus on what we're doing when the house is kind of tidy. So the night before, if we can reset the house, that is extremely helpful for me and my mindset for the next day. I don't feel as distracted. I don't feel as much like, oh my God, there's stuff everywhere and I need to go clean it up. And then trying to be like, no, homeschool first. But I don't even have to think about that. At the night before, we can kind of reset our house. If we can reset our homeschool space, we do have a dedicated homeschool room. And so we can either, we've been looping our days. So if we stop in science, we're going to pick up in science the next day. So we can just neaten up the table and then it'd be ready for us the next day. If we've worked our way through the things that we need to do, then we start with math when we enter the homeschool room. I can go ahead and set up our math lesson. So that has been helpful. Just resetting the house and the schoolroom for the night before, the day before. Also going ahead and putting on my coffee so that when I wake up, it's already down there. It's waiting for me. So that is something I like to do before I come upstairs for the night. One other thing that has been really helpful for us the night before is to, we'll lay out our clothes because if we get up and get dressed, even if that's just throwing on some sweats or some leggings or a cute top for myself or with the kids, just getting them dressed in something cozy and comfortable that's not their pajamas has just a shift in a mindset. It's like we're transitioning from night and just kind of wanting to lay around into, okay, it's time to be productive with the day. So getting dressed has been helpful, and setting those clothes out the night before has been an important part of that. The other part of the night before, I know this is like a lot within one, but is bedtime read aloud. Having a bedtime read aloud helps me and it helps the kids because we're excited to read the story. And my husband sometimes will read the chapter as well. But we can go ahead and make sure that everybody's teeth's brushed, the showers are had, the bathroom is tidy again, and they're in bed. We can tuck them in. And it just, I don't know, it's a more of a calm transition into into bedtime, which I think helps with our mornings as well. Cause they're not going to bed, with me having been like, just go to bed. You know what I mean? But like, no, the day is done. Okay. We're calm. We're laying down. We're going to read the story now. Cameron usually falls asleep. Me and Aiden have a minute to chat afterwards normally. And then we say, good night and I will see you in the morning. Say our prayers and go to sleep. And so I think that, having that calm night also makes for a better morning. Now, tip 3, moving on to the next day, the actual day of, of this successful homeschool day, because that looks so different for so many families and even for your own family. Like within the week, a successful day may look different from another successful day in your homeschool. But that is for me having my own devotional and like mindfulness practice. When I get to do those things, when I prioritize those things, that gets my mind and heart ready for the day. And then I do it again with them in our daily digs or our morning basket. And doing those things with them helps set their minds and heart ready for the day and ready for our lessons. So that is such an anchor in our mornings, and being consistent with that has made such a tremendous difference in our days. So if you do read religious text or you do practice mindfulness, like starting your day with those things, I feel like has been so very helpful for me and my kids. And so then we can transition into our school lessons. And with our lessons, what I have been finding really helpful from last year that we've continued to do and will continue to do. So I guess we're moving into what is this? 4? Set timers. Set timers. You don't have to get through an entire lesson in a day. So I like to spend about 25 minutes on 25-minute periods. You can do 20-minute periods, whatever your kid can, kind of sit through. That might be 5 minutes, might be 10 minutes, but whatever it is, set a timer and work focused for that amount of time and then take a break. So for us, it's about 20 to 25 minutes. We can work focused and then we may need to take a break, and that's fine. And then we can come back to it. So most lessons we can get done during that time, or I feel like that's enough time to spend on a lesson like spelling. We don't need to spend, I don't think, more than 25 minutes on spelling lesson and then we move on. It might even be shorter than that, but I don't need to go past that and trying to complete a lesson. Set the timer and then move on. For our unit studies, we might spend a little longer. So we might go through a few of those 20-minute cycles, or 25-minute cycles, but having that timer just, it allows us to, for all of us to really just stay focused and work our way through. And then we can take a break and look forward to that. So, just like a 5-minute break, but those are so helpful, taking the breaks. And so those timers really help, us flow through what we need to do. The last tip, or thing that has been helpful for us is setting the mood in the schoolroom. So that is playing some calm music. And maybe for us right now, it's lo-fi beats. Maybe for you, it's classical music, but just something without words, instrumental, that is calming to you and your kids. We light candles, maybe use a diffuser, and just, have the atmosphere be calm and ready to learn and receive the beautiful information that we are taking in. So I think that has been another thing that's really been helpful for us, just setting the mood in our homeschool space. The last thing is kind of a bonus tip, is to go with your energy. For me personally, during that time of the month, I know that my energy is low. So this is not a time for me to start a new unit where I'm having to do a lot of preparation. It's not a time for me to start necessarily learning a new concept or teaching my kids a new concept where my patience is a little thin and I'm more tired. So this will be a time where we're going to kind of coast that week, where we're going to continue with our lessons and things that we're doing. I'm probably not going to introduce anything new. I'm not going to try to do a big project. This is time for YouTube videos, documentaries, Netflix movies that go along with what we're learning, that may enhance what we're learning. So those are, I try to be intentional with that because I know that my energy is low and so is my patience. And they can pick up on me being irritable and just not make school a joy or the day smooth. So for me, I know that I have to take that into account. Also with the kids, I know if they wake up on the wrong side of the bed, maybe we don't need to start lessons immediately. Maybe we need to play a game. Maybe we need to do something to kind of break that and shift the energy so that we can have a successful homeschool day. So I hope that these tips have been helpful for you. I know they have been so helpful for us and that we will continue these in October in hopes of continuing to get into a rhythm and just to have some smoother homeschool days. All right, guys, like I said, I will link the playlist below so you can go and see other mamas' 5 tips on what has been helping them to have successful school days. And I will talk to you soon. All right, guys, bye.